I fail to understand why our those experts in the Ministry of External Affairs, why don't they read history? Why can't they tell the Prime Minister that this is time to tell China that sorry, you cannot raise claim on Indian land saying that it belongs to Tibet, and you yourself are standing illegally in Tibet. So India should first challenge China that your presence in Tibet is illegal. We don't recognize it. And because you are standing there illegally, so you have no basis to make a claim on land of Ladakh or Uttarakhand or Arunachal Pradesh or in Sikkim. These guts should be there, and it is for self-interest. It's not writing history wrongly or rewriting in a wrong way. But the unfortunate part is that frankly speaking, our Ministry of External Affairs, when all ministries, their role is that government makes the ruling party, the government makes new development policies, and only they execute. Health Ministry executes the policies of Government of India. The Ministry of Agriculture executes the policy which the executive, the elected representatives are making. But in Ministry of External Affairs, here you see it is not the dog wagging the tail, it is the tail which is wagging the dog. The bureaucracy is guiding our ministers to take what stand on China or not. This is very unfortunate. This is uncalled for. And this is something which Modi government must look at. They must realize that Ministry of External Affairs, the MEA, the IFS officers, their job is only to execute what the Prime Minister or the real policy makers of the government, they decide. It is not they will decide. But unfortunately, our MEA is suffering from a disease. I called it Meera Sinha Bhattacharjee syndrome. Meera Sinha Bhattacharjee syndrome is a disease which started with an IFS officer called Meera Sinha Bhattacharjee. I pray she lives a nice place in the heavens. So she left the job. She took to teaching in JNU and created institutions, and practically she trained MEA officers on India's foreign policy. And the basic understanding, basic concept of her was, it was not India's interest which should prevail, it was China's interest which should prevail when India makes any foreign policy. This is very unfortunate, and nobody can deny it. Nobody can challenge it. This is, unfortunately, this is what has happened. If you have a frank analysis of foreign policy of India, that all policies of foreign policy of the MEA, whenever it comes to China, their first consideration is China kya kahega? Arey bhai, China ko naraz mat karo. As if they have been hired by Chinese government. I think there is a basic flaw in the functioning of MEA, in the functioning of the foreign policy of India. We must come out of it. We must have a vaccine against Meera Sinha Bhattacharjee syndrome. Only then the Ministry of External Affairs will start functioning as Ministry of External Affairs of India. Otherwise, unfortunately, whatever they have been doing is they have been more thinking in favor of China, or at least they were always worried, China kya kahega, bhaiya ye mat karo, ye mat karo. So far I fail to understand why Indian government has not spoken one word and challenging China's presence in Tibet and telling them we don't want to have a dialogue with you on Ladakh, LAC, or in Doklam, because you have no locus standi in Tibet. You better quit, and then we will talk to the Tibetan government. I think Indian government has to reboot its China policy. Otherwise, if you go on only making amendments into the present policy, I don't think we can handle China uh, in the real manner as it is needed.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Hello.
Okay, good. So I was just wondering about whether we should be worried about Pakistan and Nepal, or is China the biggest? Um, I would say, what would be the right word? The biggest aggressor in terms of Tibet. Should we worry about any other countries like Bhutan, or is it just China?
See, I admire your feeling, and it's a very valid way of looking at the whole issue from where you are standing. But if we are not worried about Nepal, if we are not worried about Bhutan, and even if we are not worried about Pakistan, India cannot do anything about itself, because China has a an agenda. There are some, it is just like we are a family and an enemy comes and beats my younger brother and or loots my mother, and I say, oh, I should not be worried about them, I should be worried more about myself. In, if you remember, Mao Zedong, when he came to power in China, he made a very interesting statement. He said, Tibet is my palm, Ladakh, Nepal, Sikkim, Bhutan, and Nepal. Nepal is Arunachal Pradesh, are my fingers. And with this, China will rule over Asia and the world. Let us not forget, this is the doctrine of China. So they have been successful in, breaking one finger, Nepal, Pakistan, and they are trying to break Bhutan. We have to be worried about them. They are as much part of our national interest body. They may not be, they are definitely different countries. We should respect their sovereignty, but we should realize we have a common cause. We have a common enemy, and enemy is progressing in steps. They, unfortunately, Pakistan went into a dictatorial system. It was very easy to win over them, especially after their war with India. So after 1963, India, Pakistan, China and Pakistan are natural friends, natural allies. And then they slowly, like termites, they ate into Nepalese system. And unfortunately, we as Indians could not do much for them. This is unfortunate. I think India must be equally worried about these countries. Once India is worried about these countries and stands up for them, then the people of those countries will also have some self-confidence, self-respect, and some courage to stand up to China. And then we jointly will have to fight China. So this is how I look at it.